All right, I know we've given you a lot of school tubes, but we have a lot of information. We want to make sure that we really communicate since this is the beginning of the year. The first thing to talk about are students that are brand new to Norwalk.
Yep, tomorrow, if you're new to Norwalk, tomorrow from 2 to 3, it'll be really brief, but it's a little chance for you to come in, get to see the school. We'll do a couple fun activities, do a tour. You'll get to meet your teacher. So that is just for students who are new to Norwalk. So 2 to 3 tomorrow, Friday, August 18th.
Is it the 18th?
17th.
17th. Hey,
how about that?
It's the 17th. 18th, 17th. But it is the 17th. The other thing, classes will be released tomorrow. So if you get in Parent Portal, look for your child's teacher. And please make sure, I mean, if you don't have a Parent Portal, get on and get a Parent Portal. Our office staff is really pretty busy right now. And so get a Parent Portal instead of calling.
Yep. Yeah, try to fulfill all those other options before calling if possible. Just 700 students, remember, and so that's a lot of phone calls.
705 is where we are right now. Open house is next Tuesday from 4 to 6. We're anxious. We'll be in meetings on Friday and Monday, but on Tuesday we will be ready to rock and roll and see you at 4 o'clock.
That'll be very exciting. A couple things we want to remind you of. As you get prepared for the year, drop off and pickup are different, obviously, at each school. So here at Lakewood, for drop off, first of all, make sure that you understand the little circle that's over here to the east, that is for buses only. So me or Mrs. Anderson will be over in that area the first couple days, the first couple weeks to remind you that that is not for cars. That is for buses only. And then as you come in the morning, those of you who have done this before, 4th and 5th grade parents, you know this. It is really backed up, and our traffic pattern is not great on Beardsley, but it is what we have. So one thing we can do to try and help alleviate some of the traffic issues is we need to get out about a dozen kids at a time. So what we do is the first car pulls up as far as they can go to kind of that second door, almost where you'll see the new banners, and you'll let out right there. And then all the following cars behind them, all the way down to the bike racks. If you stop, you get out right there. Your kids hustle on up, that train leaves, and then you pull in a new group of cars. It really makes a huge difference. Now, here's the problem, and it does get dangerous, because if one person does not get out of their car, and then they come and they want to get dropped off right in that prime spot, and they don't get out, and they stop right there, the person behind them who was doing it right, I'm always afraid they're going to get knocked into, because they're going to assume that your kid got out of the car too. So we're trying to help keep you safe and your children safe. So everybody will be right there. We'll be opening up the door and being like, come on, let's go. So 12, 13, 14 cars, whatever we can fit in, we'll hop them out once they're past the bike racks. Everybody hops out, they move along, and then we bring in the new crew. At night, after school, we have 2 lanes, and we'll pack you in as the school comes. Over here to the west, there's a box that's painted gold now. It used to be called the red box because the paint was red, but now it's a gold paint. And you'll see me and Mr. Driftmeyer and Miss Tipping. And just trust me, parents. Those of you who have gone through it, one of my favorite parts of last year was we had a new parent to Norwalk. And the first time they did this, they're like, oh, it's so confusing. And then like day 2, they stopped and they said, I got to give you credit. This is way slicker than I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. Once you get the hang of it, what will happen is probably about 6 cars go through the chute. Mr. D calls out the names of the kids that their cars come through. We hustle them into their cars, and then those cars leave. Then the next lane comes through, and we just alternate lanes. Within about 20 minutes, we can get all the kids out of here. Obviously, the buses are still off into that bus circle over there.
So I want to read, this is something that's pretty important if your kids ride the bus. If your kids don't ride the bus, I would really shut us off right now, to be honest with you. But I want to make sure that you understand the transportation. That's always like my biggest nightmare, honestly, and probably yours, that first day of school. So the district has reopened, I'm just going to read it straight. So the district has reopened the transportation tab in Parent Portal listing the pickup and the drop-off locations for parents, those of you that registered prior to August 1st, okay? If you do not see any transportation information, you're not registered, which means if you don't have a bus pass, we can't let you on the bus. And I want to make sure you understand that, okay? You have not received a bus pass, and the letter listing the transportation, I can hardly see, information in Parent Portal. The pay for rides are full now, okay? Pay for ride seats are limited. The district has reached capacity to accept pay for ride students. No additional pay for ride applicants will be processed until the school year has started. And so if you look in Parent Portal and you don't see anything, that means you're not registered. That means you don't have a bus pass, and that means you're not going to get on the bus. And so if you have questions, it says, if you have questions regarding transportation, okay, you're supposed to email the registrar at norwalk.k12ia.us. For registration questions, transportation questions, it's Guerra, CGUERRA at norwalk.k12. You'll be able to find it on the website for transportation issues. So it's really important. That's my biggest fear, is that kids don't have a bus pass and they don't know how to get home. So with that, we'll do our best. Please be proactive. Habit 1, be proactive and look at that to make sure your kids are set up.
Yeah, just take a look at that tab, and you know, we're gonna work with them. We don't want any kids feeling frightened or anything. But the more you can prep them and make sure that you know what their plan is, so that you can coach them before the first day, it's really helpful.
So with that, we're looking so forward to having your kids. Our jobs get easy when the kids get here.
That's right. Have a great weekend. Looking forward to next week. It's going to be a wonderful week. Don't forget, get on Parent Portal, and you can see your kid's teacher tomorrow.
Happy Thursday.
Thursday.
All right.